Hey, what's up guys? This is Sachin here back with another video on Android layouts. Now this one is the most awaited video by you guys. So wrap up all your stuff and concentrate on the actual designing of awesome layouts. So the first layout which we are going to design is the login screen. As you can see on your screen, it shows you a design of login activity. So I'm going to walk you step by step in making this layout. So you guys can start your Android Studio application and create a new project. You can name the project as per your convention. I'll keep it as the login screen. Click on the next button. Keep everything as default. Click next and click finish. Now this might take a couple of seconds, so I guess I'll be skipping this part. Okay, so now our project is ready. So go to your activity_main.xml file. Until now, we have been dealing only with the design mode, but now we want to design complex layout, so it is preferred to use the text mode. That is because there's going to be a lot of nesting of layouts one inside the other. Therefore, it is really tougher to manage the nesting when in design mode. You guys will get to know when we design our very first layout. So let's get started. Now as you can see over here that the default layout which is added over here is the relative layout. So you need to change the layout to linear layout. So just double click on the relative layout and change it to linear. After that you can just press on the enter button. Now we need to get rid of this hello world. So you can just select the text from here and click backspace. Now one of the most important property of the linear layout is the orientation, so that we can add multiple components in the linear layout. So I'll just put the orientation as vertical. The next thing is that we need to have a couple of images so that our layout looks something similar to this. So I have all the images ready. So I'll just drag and drop the images to my drawable folder. Don't worry guys, I'll be putting the entire project in the description below so you can download the images as well. So I'm just copying the images and pasting it to my drawable folder over here. Click on OK. So now that we are ready with our images, let's get started with the coding part. So as you can see over here in the layout, all the elements are added one below the other. So the orientation is vertical. So that's why I've mentioned the orientation as vertical for the parent element. Next, we need to have an image view, two edit text and one button, and lastly one linear layout which will have two text views in it. Okay, so now we'll just create a structure before adding all the images to our layout. So I'll add one image view over here. You can keep the layout width as, you can keep the layout width as 300 dp and the layout height also as 300 dp. Next, we need to set the src property, which is the source property for an image view, so that we can pick up the image from our drawable folder. So I need to have a logo set to this image view. So first of all, we need to point the image view to the drawable folder by using the @drawable sign, and then you can place the name of the image, which is logo. Always remember guys, whenever you paste your images to the drawable folder, the name of the image should be in lowercase. Never put it in uppercase, because whenever you run the project, Android will give you an error at the runtime if the drawable folder has an image which is in uppercase. So the next thing we need to add is the edit text. So you can just put an edit text over here. You can set the width as match parent and the height as wrap content, since we only want to wrap the content within the edit text. And then you can put an property of edit text which is hint, so that it will show you a text inside it, but when you click on the text it will hide. So I'll keep the hint as username. After that, I need to have one more edit text for the password. So I'll just copy this one and I'll just put the hint as password over here. Now whenever you have a password for a edit text, you need to set one property of edit text, which is the input type. So you can mention the input type as password. You can either keep it as text password or a number password. I'll keep it as text password. Now we have an image view and two edit text. Next we need to add one button. So you can add the button. Again, it is the same as adding an image view or an edit text. You can keep the layout width as match parent and the height as wrap content. Next we need to add a text to over button by using the text property. I'll keep the button name as submit. Next we need to have a linear layout which can hold two text views in it. So I'll add a linear layout which is nested within our parent element, which is this one, this linear layout over here. So I'll add one more linear layout. You can keep the width as match parent and the height as wrap content. But over here we need to mention the orientation as horizontal. Now I'll add two text views over here. Text view 1, I'll set the width as wrap content and the height also as wrap content and the text as register. Next I need to add one more text view, so I'll just copy this one and just change the text to forgot password. So guys, now as you can see over here that this is just the basic design, but we need to create something similar to this. So as you can see over here that it does not match, so we need to add some more graphics over here. So the first thing we'll add is the background image. So over here we need to add a background image for the linear layout. You can add the background image for the linear layout by using the background property. So I'll pick the image from the drawable folder. Okay, so the image has been added to the background, but we need to get rid of this action bar over here. For that you need to go to the values folder and click on the styles.xml file. Now over here as you can see that the theme is set to dark action bar, so just double click on it and set to no action bar. The changes will be reflected automatically in the activity_xml file. So as we can see over here that the action bar which was appearing previously has now gone, but the elements such as the text views and the edit text over here are not visible, so we need to add some background colors for them. But before that we need to mention the gravity of the linear layout as center, so all the elements within the parent linear layout are aligned to center. So I'll just set the gravity as center. Okay, so now everything is marked up as center. Next we need to change the background color of the edit text to something which is visible to our eyes. So rather than just typing all the content, I'll do one thing. I'll just paste the edit text from the project which I created for this series. So just hold on guys. Okay, so now I have pasted one edit text from my other project. So as you can see over here that there is a lot of properties which are added as compared to the edit text which we have added previously. We have set the text size as 25 dp, which is the text size of the text which will appear within the edit text. Next we have set the gravity as vertical_center, so that the text within the edit text gets aligned at the center. Next we have set the hint as the username which was there previously. Now over here you can see that I have added an image over here. So this image can be added by using a property named as drawable left. So this drawable left picks the image from the drawable folder. So I have picked one image from the drawable folder, which is the user icon. And next, I've set the hint color as something closer to gray. Also, I've added a little bit of padding for the drawable padding as well as the padding for the edit text. So also for the password, this will be similar to the username, only the input type will be set as a password. So I'll just copy the edit text and just change the input type to password. Okay, so we need to have some gap between the edit text and the button. So I'll just set the margin for the submit button to somewhat like 10 dp above, margin top as 10 dp. Okay, so that's enough. Next, I'll change the text size of the button as something similar to that of the edit text as 25 dp. Now also we need to have a background color for our button, so type background and paste the code of the background color. So here's the code. Also change the text color to white. Next, we need to have some padding for this text, so I'll add the padding attribute as well. Padding as 10 dp or probably 15 dp. Yeah, that looks better. Next, as you can see over here that we also have a linear layout below the button, so we need to have some margin for the linear layout as well. We'll keep the margin top as 10 dp. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to change the text color of our text views. So I shall keep the text color of the register button as something closer to green. Text color to green. Okay, so now we need to have some color for our forgot password button as well. I'll probably keep the color as yellow. Now as we can see over here that both the buttons are aligned to left in the linear layout, so we need to have some equal space for both the buttons. So that can be done by using the weight property in the text views. So for that you need to have the width set as 0 dp and the weight set as 1, so that both the text views will occupy equal space. Now they are occupying equal spaces, but the forgot password button is aligned to left, so we need to align the forgot password button, that is the text within the text view, aligned to right by using the gravity property. Gravity set to right. Also we'll change the style, that is the text style of both the buttons, to appear a little bit bold. That can be done by using the text style. Set as bold. Also copy paste the text style as bold to the forgot password. The next thing is that we need to get rid of this margin so that the text views and the buttons are aligned in the proper manner. So just click on the username and just get rid of the margin left and the margin right from here. Also do the same for the password. Oh sorry, I have mentioned the text as username, so we need to change the hint as password. So also remove the margin left and the margin right. So that is it guys. Let's run the project now. Now you can either run the project on your emulator or on your physical device. I'll use the emulator. This might take a couple of seconds to build and run, so I'll be skipping this part of the video and directly showing you the running project. So now you can see that the login screen is up and running. Doesn't that look attractive? Yes, it actually does. So that was it for the video. If you like the video, put a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So your homework for today is to design a good layout and send it to me in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Peace.